Hi guys, so for today's Freeform Friday, I think I want to use this kit. I know it has stencils and things like that in it, so I thought it might be fun for that. It's the Ultimate Christmas Compendium Sentiment and Verses. I do not think I've used this. I think I got it in, maybe I did a, what's that thing called? An unboxing, possibly? Because it looks like I opened it. But I don't really remember looking at the stuff that's in here. The other one we did was back in February, so I'm pretty sure... That seems weird. The other one's in February, unless they came back to back. I know a lot of the auto ships have been like messed up. Like the first one that came for the Year of Craft was like 5 months into it, and usually it's like every 2 months, you know, after it starts. So, or when you get the first actual product. So I don't know. That was kind of weird. And then the next one's already coming out. So either way, this is an auto ship. And people ask all the time, and I talk about it in the video, but I know I talk about a lot of things, and I'm sure people just move ahead, and then they ask me a question, which was in the video, the answer for that. Auto ships you cannot get into after they have been closed. Like, HSN used to be real quick about it, and they would just have it that day, like on the craft day or whatever, and then they would close it out, and then you can't get back into it unless they opened it up again, like with the sub boxes, like Craft's Companion monthly sub box. Most of them, it's just like a year-long program or maybe 6 months program, and then it's done. And maybe they'll bring back some extras, and you can pick it up that way, but it's not something you can enroll in later. It just depends on the product, but this piece, maybe they'll bring back a box. I know sometimes they brought back some of the other ones for the first Crafter's Compendium, the card making compendium. But any links I have in the description box, of course, I'll affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thank you guys. I don't know why I said of course, because sometimes they're not, but in this case they would be. So I'm going to open this up and try it out, and we'll see what we can put together. I'm going to try to be a little more, you know, artsy with it, but let's check it out, because I was looking back in my own videos, and I'm like, I don't see that I even talked about this, or like put a headline in a video about this. So Ultimate Craft Christmas Compendium, I'm going to say this is number 2. I don't know. Yeah, because if the other one came out in February, then this is probably the second one. I remember looking at it, but again, like I said, I just didn't put it in the title, so I can't find it. So sequins, which we love. Lots of sentiments and lots of funky little fonts. If you look at some of it's more playful. When life gives you birthdays, eat cake. You know, it's like cute, kind of quirky stuff. Be your own kind of beautiful. Wishing a very special person a very special birthday. Today's moments are tomorrow's memories. And some other sentiments. And this one, yeah, I remember seeing this. So anyway, it has like poppies, or I guess the little lipstick. I remember. Yes, we did talk about this. The cute little cake with like the little macaron and all that cute little stuff on top, like people are doing more trendy. Butterfly, other cute things on there. Again, all the different little fonts and the stamps. So I don't think I've held on to this that long. Well, this isn't busted out, I guess, so that part doesn't matter. But I was thinking about using this box for busted out. So we do have the stencils with the flowers, this cool kind of plaid pattern. This one here with the stripe. Oh, and I saw the stripe. I thought, oh, I'll do stripes behind this, but it's a little thin piece, and I don't really want to mess with it too much. So I think I want to use these 2 stencils. Maybe the little flowers and the little plaid background. I don't know. A little more springy. And then we have these frames. You know, they'll just plop on there. Either way, you can stamp whatever it is that you want. This one cuts out the frame and has the cutouts. They all cut out their frame, obviously. Card blanks, again, it looks like the 4x6 that they've been, yeah, 4x6, 5x7, and 6-inch square. The envelopes that go with it. And I do remember, now this is all coming back to me now, I feel like, with the papers and everything. So, I think we're going to do our own thing because of the stenciling. I don't know that I'm going to need any of these pretty papers, but they are very pretty. Well, at least those are. This one's kind of funky. Not quite what I, yeah, So this is a pretty paper. Well, this is just my opinion, obviously. I really like the little dots. Little avocado green plaid. I don't know if this colorway is anything I'm going to be using, but let's see the colored card. I think the colored card has a pretty colorway. It seems so dark right now. Just hopefully it's not too dark on the video. It's just really overcast today. Oh, and yeah, I had mentioned I was going to have my house tented. Actually, I have the date scheduled. I had got a hotel room with an extra day ahead and an extra day afterwards, so I don't have to be in a rush. You know, just taking the stuff I want out, because I have a lot of houseplants, and you got to get your houseplants out, and I can't just leave them outside because that's not going to be good. So I'm gonna take them to the hotel with me, which is crazy. But you know, I want to be able to do that slowly over the day before. But anyway, really pretty. So thank you guys. A lot of you guys were concerned for different things. And why am I bringing that up? Oh, because it's scheduled for next Friday. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that'll work because I don't really want to mess with the kids' schooling. And that's like the easiest day. And I'll have my house back on Monday. But that's the 30th. So May 1st and May 2nd are the Saturday and Sunday. And what is on Saturday and Sunday? The Create event. I was like, the Anna Griffin Create. So really, I am going to have to crop it, right? It's going to be like an actual crop because I'm going to have to bring my box, obviously my big Create box with me. And then the tools that she says you need, your tape and your scissors and trimmers and all those kind of things, pictures, right? And I thought that's kind of funny because this is going to give it that feel of like, okay, you're not at home. You don't have all your stuff with you. You got to bring everything. And I think that'll be fun. So maybe I'll check in with you guys during the day. I was thinking maybe doing some lives. I know that weekend is not going to be like a video making weekend. So I really have to pack in a bunch of videos in the next few days for launches, for companies, for myself, my daily videos. So it's going to be kind of a crazy, and pack out my kitchen. So that'll be fun. Actually, I'm looking forward to the kitchen pack out because I know I have a lot of expired things. So it'll help me clean it out and reorganize it from when my kitchen was remodeled last year. Oh my gosh, or whenever it was. Almost 2 years ago now. So thank you guys. Hopefully I'll be there at Create, and hopefully the Wi-Fi is good there. I'm like, I might get tethered to my phone because my phone has pretty good, Wi-Fi, and we'll figure it out. But that'll be interesting. So anyhow, thank you guys for your well wishes, and that just complicates matters, right? But it'll be fun. I think it'll be an experience because it is going to be more like what you would typically do if you go to a crop, or one of these events. Pretty papers. I just don't know that the colors I think in my mind will go with this, but maybe I'll try to match these papers, not so much the printed papers. So what I'm going to do is grab some inks. I think I'm only going to use ink. Maybe, I don't know if I want to use like textured anything. We'll see. I will be right back. This might be weird. I was just like, look through my paste. I have this Creative Effects Rose Gold Glaze from Vicky Button, or however you want to pronounce it. I think that'll be pretty. And then I was looking at these papers and I thought, okay, I'm gonna get a white piece of paper like we normally do, but I thought, why don't we start with white papers? You know what? We'll use one of these. I was thinking about using this pink, but I don't think that's gonna look. Well, maybe. I was gonna go with this beige color, but it's very dirty beige. There's another lighter one here. Okay, let's just go for it. We'll use the other one. Sorry about all that. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna use that stencil. I'll use this stencil. I'll need one of those these guys. I don't know what my son's doing up there. Sounds loud. I have my phone on me because I haven't talked to my husband today yet, and I'm sure he'll call when I'm making a video. So, and yes, I was just realizing, did I even mention that? Yes, he's there, safely overseas and doing okay. It's kind of a weird thing. I know some people had asked if there's a way to send care packages. Yes, I need to talk with him a little more about that, because what happens is they're very strict, and if people, or let's say your loved ones, whoever's sending you things, keep sending the wrong things, they will shut down your ability to get mail, and that would be not good. So it's very strict what you could send. And then he's like, well, if you want to send things, they should send it for everybody, because there's like 7 people on the team, and I'm like, if I had said there was 6 people, you guys would think like SEAL Team 6, huh? No, I'm just kidding. He's not in the Navy anyway. But yeah, so it's very sweet, and I appreciate it, but I just don't know that it's something that's gonna be able to happen. All right, guys, but I'll try to get more information from him about that, because I know a few guys had asked. So thank you guys. It's very sweet. So I'm just gonna stick this down. When I had reviewed this thing back in the day with Magnetic Matte, I didn't realize Tonic had also sent me 2 extra little pegs that you can pick up separately, and so I didn't have them that day, but honestly I don't really need them right now, but I'll just pop them down anyway because they're here. I wish I had noticed them. They were in a different package that I didn't have to get to yet, and you guys know I would like to open my packages and like look at them right before when I'm with here, on here with you guys, so that was not good. But anyway, okay, I don't want to do this too dark either, so I'm gonna get my peeled paint. I'm just gonna use peeled paint. I want to do it pretty lightly. These are like 5x7. I'm probably gonna make a card that's, oh, you know what? Well, they do have card bases. Should we use their 4x6? I'm just using the whole thing. If you want to just, isolate it, or, you only need so much, do it however you like, but I'm trying to see. I don't want to go too dark. Actually, I can take a peek. Okay, I'm doing it light enough, but so light that it's not going through those little dots. I don't know if you can see, I'll show you. Like that little dotted area isn't even showing up at all, so we gotta go darker, which is not what I wanted to do, but I'm gonna try pushing it down a little harder. And it might be that this is too big. You see, I can still see that it's not really getting in there. Let's try it again. Why am I building this up this way? Such a silly girl. I like to do it on this side, so now I'm gonna have it this way, which I guess that's what we're gonna do today. I don't know why, whenever I do a card, I like things coming in this way, not so much that way. And so I think because of that, I'm gonna do the whole thing. Almost the whole thing. I'm leaving it kind of light in the center. Hope you can see that. Yeah, it's really weird that the little dots. Okay, they're coming up now. I had to get in there really, really good. I guess that's it. I still haven't really decided what sizing I'm going to do on this, but that's okay. Boop. Alright. You see what I'm saying? Those little dots don't want to show up. They're here. I know it's probably hard for you to see. There they are. But they're not in the center because I was keeping it kind of light there. Very odd. They're just too small, I suppose. Maybe with a finger dauber or something. Okay, and then I'm trying to think. I don't want this to take forever to dry because you know me, I gotta move on, right? We're making the video. It's Friday morning, and I would like for you guys to see it this morning. So, yeah, you can use this however you like. I'm just trying to see because I'm gonna cut this down, obviously, like we were talking about. Where was I before? Right here. I'm going to try to line this up kind of where I was before, just so when I go to cut it down, it's not like a rough edge from before. And put some here, maybe put some there. That's probably what I'll do. Okay. I'm going to move this over. I'm getting a little messy. Yeah, and then some people had, you know, cautioned me about tenting, and I've read all this stuff, and thank you guys. It's just when we had first got the house, you know, how they do, you know, you do all your inspections, and, oh, there were 2 areas that had termites up in the rafter type thing in the attic. Okay. They had that orange stuff in 2 areas. They placed it, and it was like $800 because we get the receipt, like, to see that, you know, they did the work, and supposedly they put this stuff down in those areas, and guess what? It was worse 2 years later. I mean, it didn't, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to play with it. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of why I went to the more drastic approach. We're not going to mess around with this. All right, let me see. This stuff is very liquid. I want to see if maybe I should put, all right, something slid and fell over there. Okay. I kind of want to put it in here maybe. This stuff is weird. I don't really like it. It's very thin. And I have some other, yeah, maybe I should have done something else. I don't really care for this. We'll see how it looks when we pull this up. So I'm trying not to hold this. I really, my board, because what's funny is that you're so used to holding it down right when you're stenciling, and supposedly, you know, we don't need to do that. I don't like this stuff. I don't know. Do you guys have any of this? I know I have some of her other thicker stuff, and maybe it's not meant for this. I don't know. Maybe I should have just squeezed it in. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of this kind of thing. Maybe I should have dabbed it. I don't know. It feels weird. Nope, I don't like this at all. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's just very liquidy. And then if I want to get it in each section, there's areas where I didn't get it. Because, you know, I like to do it kind of messy. And I just don't like the look of that. Let me hit it with a drier thing, and then maybe when we cut it down and then we put our other stuff, maybe it'll look better. I just don't like the color combination. I think that's what it is. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with the heat tool far away, because with stuff like this, sometimes it'll start bubbling if you get really close and try to dry it, so I don't know how this stuff reacts, so I'm gonna keep it up, kind of up here, and just try to dry it as well as I can, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so I was drying it. If I squish it, I'm sure it's gonna do something funky. Again, not my favorite thing. Let's see if we can trim this down at least, and maybe it'll look more decent. Okay, the card base is 4x6. So let's start with this side, and let's make it like 5.5-ish. So I'm gonna do is cut this part off. I don't mind this area. This bottom part that I did looks really nice. This is what's scary right here. Yep. This is gonna be a mess, you guys. Ah, I got it all over this thing. I'm gonna clean that up, and I'm gonna have to keep waiting, which is a real bummer. You know what? I'm not gonna keep waiting. I think this is unsalvageable. Like, I mean, if I trim it down, I don't know. I just feel like this one had to be complete, not like, you know, messy, the way I like to do sometimes. No, let's just get rid of that. Let's do the stenciling again, and we'll just use ink, okay? I'll be right back. Green, and I'm gonna use that ecru color, not the darker one that was on top, but the lighter one that was kind of just in there. And I'm just gonna hold this on the very edges. Again, I'm going to make a 4x6, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball that. And I'm also gonna do a little bit different. Like I said, I like to keep it on this left side. I don't know why I was starting over here. So I'm gonna get my color. I know we need quite a bit to get those little dots, that little gingham check. So I'm just bringing it here, pushing down. And it's a bummer to waste something from a kit like that, especially because it's a finite thing that's in there. But I normally don't even use my kits, so, you know, what are you gonna do? It's fine. Let me move this guy. I think that's good. Yeah. So I'm gonna again go right down here, bring a little bit more up. Actually, I don't know why I stuck it back down. I think I'm done. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit too square over here. I wish I would have tapered it off a little differently, but that's okay. All right, and then the pink, I'm gonna have to find something to do this with. I think what I'm gonna use is a metallic pigment, maybe? I have this opaque white, though this stuff is pure junk. The white one, I don't know, it just doesn't work very well. This was just pink tulip. I'm looking to see if I have a metallic one that's a pink color. I thought I did, but maybe I don't. I have gold. I have rose gold. I don't think this really gave me the color I want. Forget it. Let's just use... Let's not even use pigment ink. If I had the shimmery one, I would use that, but since I don't, I'm just going to use a pink. Let me look through this stash. I think I'm going to use this one, but let me see. Pink tulip. What does pink tulip look like? I'm having trouble with this one today, guys. I don't know, because I feel like when we put the pink, it's going to be like obvious that obviously there's green underneath it. And I'm still thinking about the colors that are like in the kit. That's kind of why I'm trying to do that. Okay, well, let's just do pink. And we're just going to go with it. Whatever happens, that's what I'm doing. Maybe what I'll do is not use it so obviously. You know, I'll put them like down in here. And I'm dabbing kind of weird. I don't know how you guys do it. If you want to make it fluffy. Let's see what that looks like, and then I'll see if I'm done. It's not bad. Let's go a little bit darker on these edges. Just kind of letting them go a little further out than the other. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Okay, let me take this and wash it and put this stuff away, and I'll be right back. I washed the stencils. So let's cut this down. All I did was stick a paper towel in here and wipe away the stuff. It kind of came right away because it was wet. I'm just trying to cut it down the first cut. Okay. Let's see here. So 4x6. I think I'm gonna do 5.5 in this direction. Should we do that little? Fine. And I am taking off a 1/2 inch because I'm gonna try to mat it with another paper on behind it. So, just trying to see how much of this I want to keep. So 4 would be 3.5 by the time I'm done. So let's say we cut it here because that's like the very end of that. And if we cut off 3.5 this way, it's kind of a lot of that, huh? Let's move it over a little bit more. I'll cut this piece and then I'll go back to 3.5 on this side. See, so that's the thing. When you cut it down, then it just looks a lot neater. Obviously, when you're stenciling, it looks a little messy, and then all this happens. So let me grab the 4x6 card base and some other papers, and I'll be right back. I was just looking at the colors and kind of, I don't really like the pattern paper, so I'm not going to use any of those, but I was just kind of comparing like what might be nice as a border. It's cute too. I'm just going to go with the darker green. So this one I'm going to cut down to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, I'll be right back. I think that's it. I'm just going to glue these down. Again, whenever I do stenciling, sometimes it's nice to put like some more inking around the edges just to kind of blend it through, but I'm just going to keep it clean the way it is now. So just glue these down. I'll glue the other one, and then we'll look for a sentiment to cut out with one of those little frames, I suppose. What a bummer. I'm looking at that pink paper and it makes me actually kind of like mad. It's so ugly. Yay. Oh, okay. That was weird. All right, let's see here. So there's that one. But you know, you never know till you try, and now I know I don't like this stuff, and maybe I wasn't using it right. What do you guys think? Maybe, like I said, dabbing it, or I don't know. It's not my favorite. And the colors in the kit already threw me off to begin with, other than that one floral paper. So it's just, you know, we gotta try something. Okay. So let me rummage through this little kit here and see what looks good with the frames. You know, we have all these stamps. Not so much these stamps. I don't really... Yeah, I'm just looking for a sentiment at this point. And where are the dies? I put everything back in the box, but it looks like I hid them for myself. Okay, no, they're over here. Everything but the dies went back in the box. Huh. Of course, there's a 4x6 card in here, so it looks like it wanted to be this way, and this happens to me all the time. I'm gonna have to use this one even though I want to use a floral frame. So okay, I will be right back. These sentiments don't fit in any of these kind of things. Maybe, no, I don't even think that one. Yeah, none of them. So these are just kind of like, maybe for the inside of your card or not to be used with the frames, basically. So I'm going to use one of these sentiments. And now that I look at it, I'm like, no, you know, I'm not going to, obviously this one would fit better. But it's so plain, and then, I don't know, I wanted to go with the flowers. So what I think I'm going to do is this one. And I'm going to cut it out in the green paper that I have cut down. And I'll use it also. Oh. I was going to do green in this cream color, but since we have this horrendous pink piece over here that I can cut down, actually, if I really wanted to, maybe I could, no. Maybe use this side, and that's where we'll put our sentiment. It kind of coordinates, right? But I was going to say, maybe I could even cut a piece of this out. But, nah, it's just messy. Nope. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to trim this off, obviously. Cut this one down. I'm not going to cut this one down quite yet, though. So what I'll do is I'll run through the green one, and then we'll do our stamping, and then we'll do this next one, but I'll show you what I'm thinking about doing on that one. I'll be right back. Little piece. I'm going to drop shadow. That's why I just have that green. I cut that other piece off of this pink here. And we're just going to do some Fire Brown, just because to keep it toned down, kind of more muted colors. And I think... on your wedding day, happy new home. Well, that's kind of sweet. Happy anniversary, happy birthday, just for you. I always try to think of like what things I normally need something for, and it's usually birthdays or something like that. So we can do just for you. Let's see here. Doesn't always work out, guys, and that's okay. I mean, I know I don't like wasting either, but it just was something I needed to try, and now I know I don't care for that, and it wasn't a good look. How much room do I need? Okay. It's just Fire Brown quick dry. Still looks a little rusty, but that's okay, just because it's floral and kind of rusty anyway looking. If you look really close, you see the little dotting. So... that's what I'm talking about when I say it looks a little, Okay, and we need some tape. And somebody asked, like, oh, you always stamp so crisp. It's like, not always. If you really want a really great impression, you probably want, you know, your stamping pad under it or something like that. And maybe use a precision press, because if I had used a precision press, I would just ink it up again and do it again until it builds up. And then you'll see less and less of that beading. But, you know, it just happens. I'm going to tape that down pretty well, and I'm going to put this through the marquee, and I'm going to also use a piece of foam just to make sure I get a really good emboss around the just for you. This will dig into it, so I'm just going to use a piece of this like kids foam. And then you're going to have a frame that's made out of foam also, if you can use it for something else, or coordinate the color and you can use it to help pop this up, however you want to use it. And put that in there. Again, a well-loved folder. And run that through our sweet girl. Or if you have another system, obviously you would just run it through and then do your embossing. However the system does that. And that's all I was trying to get, just that little edge around that. So I'm going to remove this. Actually, they want to come out together. They don't always have to come out. You can just leave it there and use that same piece of foam again on another die cut, because you don't really need it. If you don't want to use it, you can recut it and it'll stay intact. But I pulled it out with this little guy because he is very delicate. Oh, look, and all the pieces went out with him. Kind of like that. People always tell me to do that trick with dryer sheets. And I'm like, does it waste the dryer sheets? If it wastes the dryer sheet, then I'm not going to do it. I'd rather not waste the dryer sheet. But apparently you can cut into them a few times and then, or a whole bunch of times, I don't know. And when you lift it up, everything comes out. But anyway, all right. I'm going to glue these together a little bit drop shadowed. Just wondering if I should glue the very edges too, though, because I kind of like to let them flutter or do what they're doing. But maybe I'll put a little glue out here too. A little bit. I'm doing it kind of more on the inner parts. Okay, I'm just going to hold this together. Just go around the edges until it sets up a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay. That's cute, I suppose. Let's see, like here maybe. I feel like if I had known this was like this, maybe I would have done the card like this, you know, or in different orientation. Actually, you can still do it this way, I suppose. I don't know why I feel like it comes from over here. But you know what? Maybe that's okay. All right, we'll do it this way. I'll just pop that on there. I'm not gonna lie. This is the kind of kit that I hardly return things, to be honest. But this is one that I would return. But guess what? I don't know if I still have time to do that. I think I got this last month, so probably in March, no? Because the other one came out in February. Or maybe I held on to it until February. But no, that one makes sense. Oh, I don't know, actually. I might have just held on to it. I just threw the box away. I was picking up my craft room and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm trying to get rid of things that I don't need to hold on to. So the box, I tossed it. So normally if you return things to HSN, they want the packaging, you know, the whole thing. So, oh well. Just because there's nothing like extra special about this, and it's about the price of like a tonic craft kit, and you know, I don't know. I'm not super duper. I was excited about it, and now that I'm using it, I'm like, it's okay. So, I mean, that's what I made with it. Obviously, we can do lots of other things, but hopefully you guys like the card. They're not all, you know, sometimes we try something out, it didn't work. Try something else. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you're having a great day. And, you know, unless I can get another video made today, I think this is what's going to be for today, for Freeform Friday. Again, Spellbinders having their spring clearance. Tonic is also, they're adding new things every day, new like bundles. So you might want to check them out. I haven't checked this morning yet because I just need to get to work. But I'm sure they have some fun things. I'll be checking that out myself. And, yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now. You know what, guys? I was debating going back and forth if I was going to mention this because, well, I added little pearls here, and I recorded that, but you know what? I'll just talk about it since we're here. I was putting this away, and I thought, I need something more. And I just had these little pearls sitting next to me here from an old kit that had to do with the Crafter's Companion. And the pink matches pretty well, so I just popped those on there. Just a little something else. But what I want to mention is that this card is pretty flat, so it's very mailable, super easy. Pop it in an envelope, you're ready to go. And I had gotten a comment. Dena? Was it Dena? Did you leave the comment? I can't. Somebody left me a comment yesterday about this card. How are you going to mail that? I'm like, well, I'm not going to mail this. I mean, look at it, it's super thick. But if you wanted to mail it, obviously she said she ended up making like her own envelope for a different card that she had made that was dimensional. This is the kind of thing I would give to somebody. I would still put it in an envelope. I just wouldn't mail it, or I would put it in a box if I'm mailing something, you know, so it's a little more protected. Like this one we did yesterday has dimension, but again, nice and flat. You can put it right in your envelope. You're good to go. This one's pushing it. It's a little thicker, right? So that's always, sometimes I mention things like that, like, oh, this one's a really good mailer or however. So obviously today's was a good mailer, whatever we think of it. But I did want to mention, and it had me thinking, I'm like, oh, I remember, sometimes I like to read the reviews, like on the HSN stuff, like on Diamond Press products. And somebody had mentioned on one of the card kits, like, oh, the envelopes are huge or something. She liked it, but she didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? She had her, whatever, opinion on the craft kit. And I think it was a slimline. And then it reminded me, I'm like, oh, yeah. So I never really thought to open these up and show them to you guys because they're envelopes, you know, okay, an envelope. But Diamond Press makes their envelopes a little bit different. And this is kind of what I think it was Dana. I'm sorry if it wasn't Dana, but I'm going to respond in just a minute. She said what happens is Crafter's Companion makes their envelopes so thin, like, or right on, not thin like material, but like they're right on the card. And it's true. I mean, they're just like right, you know, just like an envelope, you know, you want it to be right on there and it looks really nice. Diamond Press makes theirs a little bit larger so that if you do make your card thicker, you have some space. You know what I'm saying? You have that gusseting almost. It's not gusseted, but like it'll give you that oomph, that little extra space that you can still seal up your envelope even though your card is thick. And that's, excuse me, that's what they're going for. I did not realize that. So I just remembered that comment that lady had left and I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to talk about that. Obviously this is a A2 size card and there's a 5x7. Obviously you can put an A2 size card in any 5x7, but I just want to show you that they do add a little extra space. So that's just another little bit of info I thought I'd add to this video since, you know, I like what I did at the end. I did not like at the beginning. So here's another bit of info that might help you guys out. So if you notice that these are bigger with the Diamond Press kits, they're meant that way, to be that way. So, all right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.